Well, good morning. I'm a bit late. I got involved downstairs doing my work and and I'm a few minutes late, but anyway, doesn't matter. We'll start from where we left off last week and we'll continue with our series on, les femmes parlent trop. Here we are. It's going to be interesting, really, because this particular play is very valuable to people who are learning French, and especially if you have a couple of other people learning, you can actually read it out, read the play out, and speak French immediately. It's fantastic, really and truly. I'm very, very happy to be able to give this to you because there are so many more of these booklets that I have, and I'd like people to actually use them. There's also a book of stories, very good too, and I have many of those. So I'm appealing to teachers of French and students of French to actually have some of these resources at your fingertips. Last week I sort of got to scene 5 of Les Femmes Parlent Trop, and today we're going to do scene 6. And since I'm a bit late, I'll do away with my introduction and go straight into the French. Les Femmes Parlent Trop. Le vendeur, Monsieur Bonnet. Georges, oui monsieur. Le vendeur, moi je m'appelle Tourneau, serrant la main de Georges. Je suis enchanté de faire votre connaissance, monsieur Bonnet. Il pose une brosse à encaustique dans l'angle à gauche et se dirige vers la chaise à gauche de la table. Quel beau temps il fait aujourd'hui, n'est-ce pas, monsieur Bonnet? Je suis tellement occupé que je ne l'ai pas remarqué. Le vendeur, madame, est-elle visible? Il pose son chapeau sur la table et s'assied. Georges, non, elle est sortie et moi je suis très occupé. Il reste debout. Le vendeur, quel dommage, parce que je suis sûr que j'ai ici quelque chose qui l'intéresserait beaucoup. Et vous, monsieur, on me dit que vous êtes des plus méticuleux. Voici justement votre affaire. Il ouvre sa valise et sort des brosses à cheveux. Ces brosses à cheveux sont ses poils. Georges secouait la tête. Assez raide, cependant flexible et en même temps soyeux. Je remarque que vous commencez à devenir un peu chauve là, au temps. Monsieur Bonnet, eh bien, on garantit que ces brosses employées régulièrement stimulent le cuir chevelu, empêchant les cheveux de tomber. J'ai un beau-frère qui était chauve. Georges l'interrompant. Mais j'en ai le vendeur. Et si bon marché, monsieur, seulement 25 francs pour les deux. Georges, mais je vous dis, monsieur, le vendeur, pardonnez-moi, monsieur Bonnet, mais alors, permettez-moi de vous montrer cette brosse à habit. Nous regarderons toute la collection et puis nous choisirons ce que vous désirez. Voilà une brosse, monsieur Bonnet, qui ne nuira pas à l'étoffe la plus fine. On peut l'employer sur le velours ou sur les tissus légers. Quel dommage que madame ne soit pas ici. Je suis sûr qu'elle aimerait ces brosses. Mais je repasserai dans un ou 2 jours. Excusez-moi, monsieur Bonnet, il y a un peu de poissure sur votre pantalon. Permettez-moi de vous brosser. Je dis toujours à ma femme. Georges s'éloigne, furieux. Le vendeur le suit en le brossant. Ça y est, Monsieur Bonnet, j'ai dit toujours à ma femme que ce n'est pas les vêtements qu'on porte, mais la manière de les conserver qui compte. Georges, mais je vous dis que je n'ai pas besoin. Le vendeur, mon cher Monsieur Bonnet, vous n'avez fait que commencer à voir la merveilleuse collection de brosses que j'ai ici. Cette brosse à dents, par exemple, Monsieur Bonnet, permettez-moi de voir vos dents. Monsieur Bonnet, Georges serre la bouche. Oh, 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 Monsieur Bonnet, je comprends parfaitement ce que cela veut dire. Je suis arrivé juste au point. Cette brosse ici, Georges criant, mais Monsieur Tourneau, Monsieur Lourdeau, ne comprenez pas que je ne veux pas de brosse. Je n'en veux pas. Dois-je appeler la police pour vous expliquer cela? Prenez vos brosses et vos balais à balayer vos hors ici. Wow. Lo tempo. Le vendeur, enfin convaincu, oui, Monsieur Bonnet, il ferme sa valise et en allant à la porte, il prend la brosse à encaustique, se retournant, Monsieur, merci, Monsieur Bonnet, il sort. Georges. Monsieur Bonnet, Monsieur Bonnet, Monsieur Bonnet. Il se laissait tomber sur la chaise et s'appuie sur la table, laissant reposer sa tête sur ses bras. Il se redresse, une expression de compréhension se répand sur son visage. C'est sa vie de tous les jours. Pauvre Manon. Un temps, Georges devient calme, sourit, coup de sonnette. Georges se retourne. Entrez, la porte s'ouvre et Blanche entre avec Claire. There we are. That was scene number 6. It's this a door-to-door salesman comes in and disturbs George, who wants to do some writing. Like me today, it's sort of, I can't understand how the French and the Spanish just went out of my hair. I said I was doing something else, and I thought, oh yeah, then I had a cup of, cafe latte. And then I looked at the time, 12:30. Mon Dieu, mon Dieu. 12:27 actually. By the time I got here and got ready, it was 12:30. But here I am, reading, and I'll go on a little bit longer today for that reason. Okay, let's get back to Le Vendeur, the salesman, Georges. Okay, so let's not forget that the Vendeur arrives and he pushes his way into George's kitchen lounge room, because he's not in his study, close to the door. Le Vendeur. Monsieur Bonnet. Georges. Oui, monsieur. Yes, sir. Le Vendeur. Moi, je m'appelle Tourneau. My name is Tourneau. Serrant la main de Georges, shaking George's hand. He pushes it in. Hello, Colin. Oh, I'm glad that you came on. I was a bit late this morning for some reason. Well, Fridays, it's good. I was very happy on Friday because I'm doing my French and a little bit of the Spanish. So I'm a bit late, but it doesn't matter. We're doing Les Femmes Parlent Trop, scène 6, the 6th scene. As I said before, this book here is magnificent for people who want to learn French or want to practice French, and you don't have the conversations with you, so the sketches are just ideal. And I've noticed also, this is my 8th lesson. The way I'm reading the French now is a lot more fluid, and it'll become even more fluid as I go along. So let's go on with the translation. There's some words here that are difficult for me because I haven't seen them before. I recommend that if you have this book here, then you'll be able to follow what I'm saying a lot better. Well, here we go. I forgot to make you participate in it. Here we go. Let's go to the actual scene 6. I've read it already. OK. Monsieur Bonnet, oui, monsieur. Moi, je m'appelle Tourneau. My name is Tourneau. Serrant la main de Georges, shaking George's hand. Je suis enchanté de faire votre connaissance, Monsieur Bonnet. I am delighted to make your acquaintance, Monsieur Bonnet. Il pose une brosse à encaustique dans l'angle à gauche et se dirige vers la chaise à gauche de la table. So, he puts une brosse, a brush, encaustic, presumably it's a brush for hair. Encaustic, I don't know what it means. I'll have to look it up, and you have to look it up. Dans l'angle, at the corner, à gauche, on the left, and se dirige, and he directs himself towards the chair on the left of the table. So it's all very quick. You know, this is the stage direction. Quel bon temps! Oh, what a beautiful day il fait aujourd'hui. It is today. Isn't it so, Monsieur Bonnet? So he wants to make sales. He's pushed his way in. But Georges, with all his, rough manners, is quite polite. He's a writer, so he's quite. He doesn't tell him, look, get out of here. He could save himself and me reading the next three pages. But anyway, here we go. Quel temps, so what a beautiful day. Quel temps il fait aujourd'hui. What a beautiful day it is today, n'est-ce pas? Isn't it so? N'est-ce pas? You want the other person's approval. Georges, je suis tellement occupé que je ne l'ai pas remarqué. I am so busy, occupied, that I haven't even noticed it, that it's a beautiful day. Le vendeur, the salesman. Madame, est-elle visible? Is your wife here? Is she visible? What a beautiful way of saying it. Madame, elle est visible. Is she here or is she not? Il pose son chapeau sur la table et s'assied. He puts his hat on the table and sits down. George hasn't said to him, sit down, so he makes himself comfortable. Georges, non, elle est sortie. No, she's away. Et moi, je suis très occupé. And me, I am very busy. Il reste debout and stops. Il reste debout and stops there, with his complaints. Le vendeur, on the attack. Quel dommage, what a pity. Parce que je suis sûr que j'ai ici quelque chose qui l'intéresserait beaucoup. Because I am sure that I have here, que j'ai ici quelque chose qui l'intéresserait beaucoup, that would interest you a lot. Now, l'intéresserait, okay, it's a conditional tense. Maybe, and this where we have to revise the French verbs. I'm not going to do it now because I'm doing the translation. And we can do that some other time. And we can do the verbs like I did with the Italian, with the Italian explanations. But, I recommend for people who do French, and there are a lot of people in Australia who do French, to actually get one of the grammar books. Okay? And I have here a number of grammar books that just look up my insegna.com, because there now, as of Monday, I have actually put up in there I think the last 7 lessons of French and Spanish. Because the blog section, if you remember, I said go to the blog. I've actually now categorized what I'm doing. The Dante is still, I just need to put the Dante Alighieri there, but then world history, the Italian lessons, and now languages and cultures, which is this one here on the Friday. That's got its own section as well. Okay, so languages and cultures rather than French and Spanish, because I intend to bring in the other languages as well in this particular half hour as we move along. Because I've done the basics, grammar, notions, the 9 parts of speech in Italian. So now I don't need to repeat that because it's the same for other languages, except for the fact that it's a different language. That's all. But the system is the same. The grammatical system, which helps us understand, do the practice better. Okay, so let's go back. Quel dommage, parce que je suis sûr que j'ai ici quelque chose qui l'intéressait beaucoup. Et vous, monsieur, on me dit que vous êtes des plus méticuleux. And you, sir, they tell me that you are a very meticulous person. So in other words, he's done his homework, this guy. He's asked around, what's this guy, next door look like? And they said, he's very meticulous. Voici justement votre affaire. This is a real good trade with you. Votre affaire. He says, voici, here's just what you want. Here's just what you want. He opens sa valise, his valise. Oh God, never mind. His container. Let's call it container. It's a simple word. Luggage. Whatever. Okay. So he opens his valise et sort des brosses à cheveux and takes out the hairbrushes. Ces brosses à cheveux, these hairbrushes. These hairbrushes sentez ses poils, fill the endings, fill the endings. Georges secoue la tête. George, he doesn't want to know about it. He shakes his head. Secoue la tête. Assez raide, cependant, flexible. And the vendeur keeps going. They are at the moment a bit stiff, cependant flexible, and at the same time they are flexible, just perfect for hair. Et en même temps soyeux, and at the same time very caring for your hair. Je remarque que vous commencez à devenir un peu chauve là. He's going to put in something to make him feel. He says, I noticed that you are beginning to lose your hair on the temples, on the side, a little bit on the temples. So that's a good reason to buy the airbrushes, Monsieur Bonnet. Eh bien, and well, on garantie. He doesn't say I guarantee it, but the firm guarantees that these brushes, used regularly, they stimulate the skin. Well, it's not the skin on the head. Anyway, I know, but it doesn't come to me straight away. La cuir chevelu, la cuir. So the top of your head. Okay, so la cuir chevelu empêchant les cheveux de tomber, preventing the hair to fall. J'ai un bon frère qui était chauve. I have a brother-in-law, he's going to offend his father-in-law, his brother-in-law, who is going bald. It's balding head. Mais j'en ai, but I have, j'en ai, and George interrupting the vendeur, the salesperson, but and he can't finish it. So the salesman not going to have him interrupt. Si bon marché, and of course, of course, it's very good price, Monsieur Bonnet. Seulement 25 francs pour les deux. Only 25 francs for the two of them, for the two brushes. Mais je vous dis, monsieur, but I tell you, mister, and he says, and le vendeur says, pardonnez-moi, excuse me, monsieur Bonnet, mais alors, permettez-moi de vous montrer cette brosse à habit. So, the vendor says, okay, he's not going to go for his hairbrushes. I'm going to try to sell him now the brushes for his clothes. So, pardonnez-moi, monsieur Bonnet, mais alors, permettez-moi, let me show you this brush for your habit, for your clothes. Nous regarderons toute la collection et puis nous choisirons ce que vous désirez. So here it is, and the verb here is the future tense, okay? Nous regarderons, we shall look at the whole collection, and then we will choose what you desire, what you want. Voilà une brosse. Here is one brush, Monsieur Bonnet, qui ne nuira pas à l'étoffe la plus fine. That will not hurt the finest of material on your clothes, you know. On peut l'employer sur les velours. One can employ them on les velours, on... God, I'm having problems again today. Velour. Type of clothes, anyway. I'll check this up after. Ou c'est les tissus légers, or light material. Quel dommage que Madame ne soit pas ici. What a pity that Madame is not here. Could not be here. Je suis sûr qu'elle aimerait. I'm sure that she would love these brushes. Mais je repasserai dans un ou deux. But I will come back in one day or two. I'll come back. Excusez-moi, Monsieur Bonnet. Il y a un peu de poussière sur votre pantalon. There's a bit of fluff on your pants. Permettez-moi. Please let me brush. Let me brush it off. Je dis toujours à ma femme, I always tell my wife, Georges s'éloigne furieux. George pulls back. He's furious. He looks furious. Le vendeur le suit et là. But the salesman follows him and brushes his pants. It's incredible. His trousers. Ça y est, there it is. I've done it. Monsieur Bonnet. Je dis à ma femme, and he's not going to stop. I tell my wife que ce n'est pas les vêtements qu'on porte, that it is not the clothes that one wears, but the way in which the clothes are maintained that really count. Georges, mais je vous dis que je n'ai pas besoin. But I'm telling you that I don't need this. And so George becomes furious. He loses his temper. It's a sign of weakness, really. Because when you lose your temper, you lost it. Mon cher Monsieur Bonnet, my dear Mr. Bonnet, vous n'avez fait que commencer à voir la merveilleuse collection de brosses que j'ai ici. Monsieur Bonnet, vous n'avez fait que commencer à voir. You haven't even started to look at the marvelous collection of brushes that I have here. Cette brosse are then, these brushes for toothpaste, for your teeth. For example, Monsieur Bonnet, la bouche, the mouth. Oh, Monsieur Bonnet, je comprends. parfaitement. I understand perfectly what that would mean. You know what that means. In other words, you smell bad. Je suis arrivé juste au point. I'm just getting to the point. Cette brosse ici, this brush here, and he wants it, he's gone for his hair, his clothes, his mouth. Georges is furious. Mais, Monsieur Tourneau, and then he goes, Monsieur Lourdeau, Monsieur Lourdeau. Mais vous n'avez, you have hardly begun to say, Mr. Blockhead, Lourdeau, dirty, blockhead, whatever. He offends him now. Ne comprenez-vous? Don't you understand que je ne veux pas that I don't want any brushes? Je n'en veux pas. I don't want any. Dois-je appeler la police pour vous expliquer cela? Do I have to call the police to explain that to you? Prenez vos brosses et vos balais et balayez-vous hors d'ici. Get your brushes and all your other equipment and get out of here. Le vendeur enfin convaincu. Finally, the salesman is convinced that he's not going to do any business today. Oui, Monsieur Bonnet. Yes, Monsieur Bonnet. Il ferme sa valise. Suitcase, valise. See, he came back. He closes his suitcase and he goes towards the door. He gets the brush, encaustic. He gets the initial brush. Returning, merci, Monsieur Bonnet. And he shows it to him. See, Monsieur Bonnet, and he gets out. So there is a little bit of a, here. No, there it is, no. That's the picture. Okay. Le vendeur, the salesman, enfin convenu, he goes, and he goes out, showing the brushes, says, look what you're going to miss out on. Georges, Monsieur Bonnet, Monsieur Bonnet, Monsieur Bonnet. He goes back. Il se relaisse, tombe sur la chaise. He lets himself drop to his chair, et s'appuie, and leans against the table, laissant reposer sur sa tête. And of course, with his arms, he gets his head to, I've had enough, sort of thing. So he leans his head in his arms. He picks up again, il se redresse, une expression de compréhension se repent sur an expression of comprehension appears on his face. In other words, he remembers his wife. C'est sa vie de tous les jours. This is the life of every day. Why don't I appreciate my beautiful wife? Look what she has to put up with every day. And of course, kudos on that. Assisting in that, knock on the door again. It's the bell, of course. Georges se retourne. Georges returns to the door. Entre, come in. La porte s'ouvre et Blanche entre avec Claire. So Blanche and Claire come back, come in. Blanche and Claire. You remember the name of, I've forgotten the name of his wife. What was his wife's name? Do you remember? Georges Manon. But here we've got two other ladies who come in. And so this one here is this time. Next time, we'll be looking at Blanche et Claire. Okay? So that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed that scene 6. I did very much. And it's 12:58. Not bad at all. It was a long one. There were 3 pages. And we did a good job with that. Okay, so as I said, this is the book here. I think people should order it in. Look up my insegna.com. Have a look at the French. Check it out, etc., etc. And I recommend you get a French grammar book as well. Chom's Grammar, this one here. and this Les Femmes Parlent, and then you'll have enough there to really pick up on your French. And then we'll do other things as well. Okay, on that note, I'll come back to you. Here we are. And if you remember last time, we did some, well, I haven't got time now for the French. I better do some Spanish before I do anything else. Okay, so the Spanish that I want to... okay, let's do some things that are interesting, okay? First things, essentials. Here we are. Sí, no, por favor, gracias, no, gracias, señoras, caballeros, señores. So there you are. Yes, no, please, thank you, no, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And gentlemen, you can say caballeros or señores. Caballeros or señores. But there's no caballeras, no, only señoras for the ladies. Sí, no, por favor, gracias, no, gracias, señoras, caballeros, señores. Okay, next one. Question and answers. ¿Dónde está, están? Where are? Where is, where are? ¿Cuándo? When? ¿Cuánto es, son? How much? ¿Cuándo with a D is when? ¿Cuánto es, son? Is how much. ¿Qué distancia hay? What is the distance? ¿Qué eso es? What is this? ¿Qué deseo? What do you like? ¿Qué debo hacer? Huh? What must I do? So this is what it is. Where is or are? ¿Dónde están? When? ¿Cuándo? Cuando calienta el sol. I don't know. And see, this makes you remember some of the songs. How much is a? ¿Cuánto es son? ¿Cuánto es son? How far? ¿Qué distancia hay? What's that? ¿Qué es eso? What is that? What do you want? ¿Qué desea? What must I do? ¿Qué debo hacer? Hacer then is to do. Hacer. What must I do? Okay. Have you, is or are there? Have you seen? Please give me. I want, should like. Okay. Tiene. So, have you? Tiene un dólar? Tiene una mujer? Mujer? Do you have a wife? Do you, I, is, are there? I, whatever. Hay un figlio? Have you seen? ¿Ha visto? ¿Ha visto? Please give me. Haga el favor de darme. Haga el favor. Do me a favor of giving me. Please give me. Please give me. And I want or should like. Haga el favor de darme quiero. Oh, I just realized I am 1 hour late, but doesn't matter. I started at 12:30, and today has been quite unusual. So it's very good that, Colin, very good that you came on, because I just realised that I was 1 hour late for this lesson. Never mind, I got involved with the phone and a few other things on the computer. Just the whole thing escaped me. But never mind, that shows you that if I'm late, I can still do the class, and you can access it whenever you want during the week. Okay, so useful statements. I'm going to do this and then we'll finish off for today since I stuffed up the times. Never mind. Useful statements. I like it, I don't like it, I'm not sure, I don't know, I didn't know, I think so, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm in a hurry, I am ready, leave me alone, just a moment. So, me gusta, no estoy seguro, no estoy seguro, no sé, no sabla, I don't know, no sé, no sabla, no sabla. Creo que sí. Tengo hambre. I think so. Tengo hambre. Tengo sed. Oh, tengo hambre. I am hungry. Tengo hambre. Tengo sed. Estoy cansado. o cansada. Tengo prisa, estoy listo, I'm ready. Per favor, just a moment, un momento. So, these Spanish phrases, together with your, let's say, the fact that we've done the days of the week, the months of the year, the seasons, and we also done the numbers, it's a question of revision. The brain needs to revise these things in order to start using them. But you also need someone else who wants to learn Spanish. And I'll try to find, next week, I'll try to find some sketches that you can do, like in French, so you can start practicing the Spanish. And we have to go through the pronunciation as well, but with the French I can do it, with the Spanish we'll have to wait. Okay, on that note, I'm done for today. Thank you very much. I'm done for today. I apologise to those people who came on at 11:25 to 12:30. I actually started at 12:35. Well, 12:30, and it's 1:05 now, so it's half an hour, and it's okay. It's okay because it doesn't have to be precise necessarily. If I'm late or something untoward comes, I said it from the beginning that sometimes, I can't. I'll try to be precise with times, but now and then something goes wrong. You have to be patient. But once I do it, anyway, it gets recorded as a podcast, so it's not too bad. Okay, on that note, thank you very much for coming on, Colleen, Tom Padula and everyone else later, Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV and Insegna.com, Insegna Booksellers. Okay, Insegna.com. Ciao, au revoir, à la prochaine semaine. Okay, bye-bye.